Hello and welcome to Learning Office 2016. This is our second video from the Word Chapter 1. My name is Mike Henry, and in this video we are going to learn how to start Word. There's quite a few different ways, and then we're going to take a tour of Word. There are many ways to start Word 2016. A lot of it depends on the operating system you're using. I'm going to show you using a Windows 7 machine, but the Windows 8 and the Windows 10 all have the same basic way of starting these. I'm going to show you one of the more inefficient ways to start it, which is to go to the Start menu, come up to where it says All Programs, and then under All Programs you can find the Word 2016 icon right there. And so you have multiple clicks to get to that. You might also have a folder here called Microsoft Office 2016, which you would have to click on and then find your Word icon. So that's one way to do it. A little bit more efficient is to click on here. You'll notice that I have pinned an icon right there, and when I put my pointer on it, it not only allows me to click on this and open it, but you can see these are past files that I've opened, and I could just click on that and it would open it up very quickly for me. A nice feature with this is I can actually right click on this and drag an icon over, or a shortcut, and now instead of me having to go to the Start button and do all the things, I can just click here and that would start Word directly for me. So by double clicking that, you can see Word starts directly for me. And there's one other way. You'll notice this one is called the Surf Flyer. This is a pre-existing document, so if I double click that one, you'll notice that not only does it open Word, but it opens it up directly to the document, so I don't have to take the time to open that. So I'm just going to come back here and open up my Word document. I'm going to make this to a full screen, and we'll begin taking a bit of a tour here. When you first open Word and you're not opening a corresponding document with it, it'll show you past documents that you've used if you want to just open those, or I can click here and open up another document. If I'm starting a document from scratch, you can see I can click right here and open up a blank document, and then there's all kinds of pre-set up ones that we'll talk about later on that I could get into. But for today I'm just going to open a blank document. And so now I am off and running in Word. So now let's take a quick tour of Word. What you can see is up here there's a spot where it says Document 1 Word. This line up here is called the title bar. Later when I name this document, that will change from Document 1 to whatever the document name that I decide to call it. Over here is our minimize, our maximize, our restore buttons and close. And then over here, this small area here is called the quick access bar or the mini bar, and we can change what we find on that particular bar. This area right here that we see, where it has these tabs, and the tabs, each one has a different set of pieces on it. These are called tabs, and the area down here is called the ribbon. So everything related to editing is going to be found on the Home tab. If we're looking at doing layout stuff, we would click on this tab. So the ribbon gives us a grouping of commands that we have control of. Here you can see that I have a ruler that goes across this way, and I have a ruler that goes down this way. This is called my horizontal and vertical rulers, and I can turn those on and off by using the View button right here and clicking over here on ruler, and you can see my rulers can be put on and off. Rulers can be very useful for using layout. I will usually have my rulers on when I'm doing videos. Now the next piece down here is this area that says page 1 of 1 down here at the bottom. Right now it says 0 words. This bar down here is called the status bar, and this lets me know what's going on with my document. So as I start typing, you'll see the number of words will increase. Over here is some small buttons that allow me to change the look of my thing. So I can switch right now to a web layout view. Those buttons are also can be found right up here, where I can go to a print layout view and go back to that. I find these ones a lot easier to work with than the smaller ones, but that's because I'm old and I have old eyes. Speaking of old eyes, they put this nice thing in here for zooming. I can zoom up my document and make the document look a lot bigger. Versus this, I can zoom it down and get a bigger picture view of my document, although I need to put my readers on if I want to read it at that particular point. So this allows us to zoom in and zoom out. This does not affect the printing. And then of course over here we have a scroll bar which allows me to scroll up and down in my document. So that just gives us a quick tour and overview of Word. So in this video we learned first how to start Word 2016. We took a look at it from one particular operating system, Windows 7, which is an older one. I'm sure most of you are now using probably Windows 10, which is the most popular one to use right now. Windows 10 is the touchscreen, so it does give you some other options in that you can start things with your fingers. You might have a quicker application setup to click on faster, but I think I showed you one of the quickest ways is to just put the icon right there on your desktop and you can double click it. After that, we took a tour of Word. That tour, it doesn't matter which operating system you're going to use. The tour is going to look the same. You're going to be able to use that title bar to see what document you're working on. You have the ribbon, which are going to be gathered up, and the ribbons will look the same across any operating system. And then we saw where the document will be in the middle, with a scroll bar to the side and your status bar on the bottom. So you'll be able to quickly look at your information on the status bar and understand what's going on with your document.